Well, we've had a look at doing the front. We've replaced the LED headlight and blinker units. We've replaced the front grille. Now we're going to be doing the same at the back. What's more, we're going to be doing it without completely taking the rear end of the vehicle apart like this chap did. I warn you now, this will involve some injury. This was just an exploratory investigation to see if I could actually reach the nuts and bolts, which you can. But before we get started, if you haven't seen the episode on the front end with the headlights and the grille, then please watch those episodes. They're in this playlist somewhere. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, please do, down here somewhere. And if at any point you enjoy the video, then give it a thumbs up. But before we get started, yes folks, you can do it all by access through these panels, which just unclip, and same on the other side. But be prepared for some swearing and cursing and pain. These are what we're going to be fitting today, and they're very sexy indeed, actually, I have to say. Best lights I've found for the FJ. They're called Waterfall lights because they have this kind of sexy little animation when you turn them on. They're very difficult to get out the box, as you can see. Anyway, you are going to need a long reach. I think it's a 10 or an 8mm socket. Thankfully not an 11, because I've lost that one, and that's the reason you're going to need a long reach, because it's got to get all the way down there. And talking of long reaches, we're going to need an extension if you're going to do it with my method, and substantially longer than these two. Luckily we have just such a thing. That ought to do the trick. Get that on just in case it's too long. So just to recap, these two are fairly easy to get to through there. One, two. That third one, not so much. That's through this guy here. You can actually reach up and get hold of it. Gonna need some of these, possibly a wobbly, and definitely one of these, a very deep well 10mm, and actually one of these to get to those top two. These boys here, a crow foot to get in there. Okay, two successfully out, one broken off from the actual fitting itself, so got to get that bugger out. So that's your main connection, your Toyota green, red and white into your Gizmo black, red and white. We have a brake light. We have a waterfall. Okay, we got running lights. The blue is apparently the reverse light, which was this guy. That ain't gonna fit easily, is it? Which means this must be the indicators. And all we got for that is a red wire, which I'm guessing goes to green. 2C. Yep, that's it. What I want to avoid is cannibalizing the original Toyota piece there for the indicators. So instead, because all we've got is that, I'm going to cannibalize this. I'm going to cut this one off and attach that to the red wire, like so. Like so. Yeah. So far so good, all still working. What we need to do now is work out the reverse light. And looking at that, and looking at this, I think what we need to do is just take out that white plug if we can. Like so. For the other side, same deal, that little boy there for the top two, or the inside two. And remove the jack can't imagine trying to jack it up on that. Anyway, yeah, and through there. And I did warn you this was going to get messy. We have indicators. We have waterfalls. And we have brake lights. So I have to agree that these are a real bitch to get to if you don't take all this off. But that said, because these have this rubber here, if you actually push the light fitting against the bodywork and finger tight the nut on this shaft, then when you release the light, that kind of locks it in place, so it doesn't have to be bustingly tight. Mine are just finger tight. I'll let you know if they fall out in a few years. Well, finger tight in a crow's foot. And now, with the aid of my glamorous assistant. How cool is that? So, not without its challenges, but at the same time accomplished. What? Reverse lights? No, never did get those sussed. Don't need no stinking reverse lights. Oh, I shall maybe add some somewhere else at some point in the future. So thanks as always for tuning in. I hope you thought it was helpful. If you got any questions, obviously leave them in the comments below. If you haven't already, subscribe below. Give the video the thumbs up. And of course, encourage others to watch my lunacy.